Feeling sick? Have you gotten your flu shot this year? Psych, just kidding. So I was asked to do a video to show how to make a tonic for those of you who are suffering from cold and flu season, and so this video is for you. So the ingredients that we'll be using today for our cold and flu tonic are some cayenne pepper, some Ceylon cinnamon, some raw and unfiltered honey, some key limes, and some fresh ginger root. So what are the benefits of the ingredients? Starting with ginger, ginger is a natural occurring anti-inflammatory agent, so it definitely helps to decrease swelling and irritation. It's an antiviral and antifungal agent, so it's going to help to support the immune system and to help strengthen it and prevent the reoccurrence of any type of bacterial or viral infection. So it's going to help really build that immune system up a lot. It also naturally treats nausea and malabsorption. So if you're having difficulty with keeping foods down, or if you just feel like things are just not digesting as good as you want them to, the ginger is going to be a really helpful agent for all of those symptoms. Ceylon cinnamon, next up on the list. This is like a powerhouse full of so many different great benefits, but I'm only going to name a few, starting with the fact that it is a high source of antioxidants. So that means that this cinnamon is going to help to reduce damage that could possibly be created from free radicals and oxidation in the body. It is also anti-inflammatory like the ginger, and it is also a natural occurring antimicrobial, antibiotic, antifungal, and antiviral agent. So this Ceylon cinnamon, it is like a 5-star addition to this tonic. Next on the list is the key limes. So the key limes are high in vitamin C, so they're also going to help to support the immune system. They are naturally alkalizing to the body, so it's going to help to balance out the acidity of the body, which is one of the biggest known factors which leads to illness and mucus buildup in the body in the first place. And then lastly, it does help to fight against bacteria. Moving on to the honey. Honey, that's that sweetness factor that everybody likes, and it brings a good balance to this tonic. So the honey, again, and that's full of antioxidants just like the Ceylon cinnamon. It is a natural cough suppressant, so it works by soothing, irritated and inflamed vocal cords and, throats and things like that. And it also is a natural occurring antimicrobial agent as well, so it's going to help to fight against bacteria infections as well. Last on our list is the cayenne pepper, but it is certainly not least. Cayenne pepper is known to boost metabolism, and so what that does is it opens up blood vessels, it gets things pumping and moving and flowing a lot quicker, so that helps to support a higher rate of detoxification of the body. Cayenne pepper also relieves joint pain, and it also has some antifungal and antiviral abilities as well. So pairing all of these ingredients together not only support the body in multiple ways, but they individually have so many different benefits that are good for your health. So let's get started with making this tonic so that we can get you on the road to feeling better. Now I'm going to be using a juicer to make my concoction today, but you do not have to use a juicer if you don't have one. But what you want to use instead is a blender. And so to prep for this, all you need to do is start with your ginger root. If you're using a juicer, you're going to just chop it into like pieces like this, like chop that down, chop that piece, chop this, and then chop that, and then take the skins off of it so that you have some nice healthy pieces that you can just put straight into your juicer. If you're going to be using a blender, if you don't have a juicer, you're going to still want to chop this up and peel the skins off, but you're going to want to slice it in like circles, almost kind of like pickle slices, so that you can easily blend them up in a blender with about a cup of water. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chop up my ginger and peel the skins off. So I have all my ginger chopped up, and I've gone ahead and I've put it in my juicer tray, and this is what it turned out looking like. So these are like how big some of the pieces are. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is start working with our key limes. Now, I know mine look a little beat up, but that's because mine are a little old, but they'll still work fine. Now, I'm going to just use a knife to peel the skins off of these and then leave them whole, and I'm going to put them through my juicer like that. If you don't have a juicer, no worries. You can use something like this, which is a citrus press, and you pretty much just slice the key lime in half. So halfways like that, and then you take each half and put it inside of here, and you just squeeze the juices out of them, and then you use the juice straight like that. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the skins off of my key limes. All right, so there is my lime pieces. They're ready to go. And so now all we really need to do is juice this. Now again, if you're using a blender, take your ginger, chop it into like round slices, and put it in your blender with a cup of water and blend it until you get a nice even puree, and then strain it with the strainer, and then use the juice from that as your ginger juice. And again, if you don't have a juicer for the key lime, just simply slice them in half and use a citrus press to get the juice out of them. I'm going to go ahead and start juicing this so that you guys can see my results. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and actually start juicing my limes first. I'm just going to knock those in there. And then goes the ginger. Looks like I need to use the plunger. So here it is coming out on the other side. Alright, so here's the pulp that I got from just that little bit of juicing, and this is super dry pulp. And there's probably still a little bit still left in here, but I'm not concerned about it. I'm going to go ahead and just pull my juice out. Move the strainer tray, and this is what I ended up with as far as straight ginger and lime. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this into a glass jar. And now it's time to start adding the cinnamon, the honey, and the cayenne. Now, if you use the blender, you'll probably have a lot more liquid than this because you will have used a cup of water. Don't forget to strain it, and then once you strain it, then you'll pour your liquid in here. And then it'll still be very concentrated, but it won't be as potent as just straight ginger juice, okay? So now I got the honey, and I'm going to go ahead and start pouring the honey in there. Now I like to eyeball things. I'm not the kind of measure to the tea kind of girl, so I'm just going to squeeze some honey in there. Honey is really good for its antibacterial factors, and it also is really good at just coating the throat if you have like a sore and inflamed throat. So I put a nice little hefty squeeze in there, and then you can taste it to see if it's to your likings. And looks like the camera's doing some weird stuff here. Maybe it's trying to adjust to the light, but never mind that. But it doesn't have to taste like candy. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the cinnamon. All right, so I got the Ceylon cinnamon, and I'm just going to give it maybe like a good 2 or 3 pats. That's all you really need. You don't need a whole lot. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding the cayenne pepper. Now this is going to be really good for stuffiness because cayenne pepper starts to get things open and flowing and running. So it'll go ahead and start to open up your nasal passages. And so will the ginger too, because it's a pungent spice. You don't have to put a ton of cayenne pepper, just a few dashes, because the ginger also is going to be slightly spicy. And then I'm going to just go ahead and give this a good mix. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just mix this all together. Let's see. Make sure, looks like I'm spilling it. But I want to make sure that I get this honey down here very well mixed in. I'm going to keep mixing that until it's well mixed. Alright, so it is good and mixed up. Here's the consistency. Hold on, let me get my camera together. Here's the consistency. The camera's not cooperating. Alright, so it's all mixed up. Here's the consistency. Just so that you can see the consistency. And then what you want to do with this is you can either take this straight, like a tablespoon or 2 of this several times a day, or you can add it into water and drink that with some water. Or if you are feeling a little froggy and you want to leap, make you a shot glass of this and throw it back and then chase it with a little bit of water. But this is a great tonic that you can use to not only support your immune system to prevent illness or to prevent from catching colds and flu symptoms, but this is also something that's going to help minimize your symptoms if you've already kind of gotten a hold of something that you're trying to get rid of. So I hope this helps. And if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment box and I will respond. Peace and love, guys. I'm out.